In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, David and Mary are with us. Hey, guys, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Better than I deserve. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. So where do you live?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Welcome to Nashville. And all the way down south to do your debt-free scream.
Yes, sir.
I love it. How much have you paid off?
$135,338.95.
Wow, very good. I love it. And how long did this take you?
32 months.
32 months?
Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness. And what's your range of income during that time?
117 to 155,000.
Very cool. What do y'all do for a living?
I'm a fireman.
And I have a doula business.
Okay. And so what caused your income to go up so dramatically during that 2.5 years?
We took your recommendation and got a bigger shovel. I started a business, took $500 out of our savings, doing something that I had already done, and just made it work.
Very good. Made some money. What kind of business did you start?
I actually do training for firefighters and EMTs.
Well, there you go. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, very good job, you guys. Congratulations. So what kind of debt was the $135,000?
My truck, our college, we both have master's degrees, home renovations, windows, roofing, the whole nine.
Dental work.
Dental work, yeah.
Okay.
Credit
So
cards.
did you sell anything big?
No,
Nope.
just cash flowed everything.
135. You're doing like $4,000 a month on this average through the time. That's rowdy. So which one of those things that when you paid it off, you went, I hate you people. I'm glad you're out of my life?
My student loan.
Sally Mae, no hesitation. Give the woman an eviction notice. Get the old woman out of the house. I love it. How long have you had those student loans? How long have you been out of school?
10 years.
Oh, Lord, yeah. It was time for her to leave. She was getting warts. Yeah, unbelievable. Wow, very, very cool. That's fun. So what happened? How long you guys been married?
7 years.
7 years. So what happened 2.5 years ago, 32 months ago, that caused this change?
She did.
Oh!
I give her credit for it all.
What'd you do, Mary?
Well, I got tired of at the beginning of every month, basically, stealing from one place to pay another to get through the very beginning of every month. And actually, I was on Weight Watchers, and one of the boards, they had a Financially Fit Tuesday. And a lot of people there were following the Total Money Makeover. And I was kind of following it, watching it, and then finally I was like, you know what, let me figure out what's going on with this. I had gotten started. I got the Kindle book, read through it. It was actually the last thing I paid for with a credit card. But then I was afraid to be that wife. That was like, oh, we're going to do everything. We're not going to buy anything. And so I told him, I was like, I'm doing this, but didn't really get too hard on him. And then a few months later, somebody at his work talked about Dave Ramsey. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's the guy I've been following. And he's like, maybe I should read the book. I'm like, yes, you should.
That's a great idea.
I was like, that's a great idea. And then we did Financial Peace University at home.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
that really got the ball rolling because that was a few months in. So I did a little bit, and then once he got on board, it just, I don't want to say kept going quickly from there.
Oh, there's a tremendous power when you're working it together. It changes everything. We can't talk to couples enough about working together. It changes the math, but it also changes the emotions and the communication, and you just don't feel like you're dragging this whole thing by yourself. It's a big deal. So, wow. Congratulations. So when you guys sat down finally and you had that meeting, when you said, okay, we're both all in, hands in, huddle, right, ready, break, right, and you said, ready, set, go, we're going to do this together. We're going to go completely crazy. We're going to do Dave Ramsey nuts on this budget. We're going to knock this thing out. What, since that meeting to now, was easier than you thought it was going to be? When you sat down and looked at the size of that mountain, now you're standing on top of that mountain, and you've climbed it, what was easier about the climb than you thought it was going to be?
I would have to say, honestly, at the end of the month, having the extra money that we could pay down towards the debt. Just looking at it and going, we could use it for a lot of other things, but we had our goal in mind. We knew that we wanted to be debt-free. We have 2 little girls at home. We wanted them to live a life that was debt-free.
Yeah.
It made my decision real easy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So putting it on the debt felt like it might be hard, but when you looked at it, you went, oh, let's just do it. It was easier because all you're doing is following a plan by then.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. What was the hardest part of the last 32 months?
When my first daughter was born, the plan was originally for me to come stay home and from my other job that I had before this business. And I couldn't do that because we looked at the numbers and we're like, it's going to put us too far behind. But to make the sacrifice to keep working, to be able to now basically home with them while I run my business.
But so how long did that go on? From the time she was born until you were able to quit?
20 months.
20 months, okay.
Something like that. And
in the scope of her life and the scope of your life, you survive.
Yep.
Yeah, but at the time you're doing it, it's like the world's coming to an end. It's emotional. Yeah, it's very difficult. I understand. Very cool, you guys. Congratulations. So when somebody hears you got out of debt, you paid off $135,000. I mean, that's awesome. When somebody hears that and they say, how did you do that? What do you tell them the keys are to getting out of debt?
Having a budget and actually sticking to it, not just doing this figurative budget. I hear people all the time. They're like, oh, yeah, I budget. And then they're like, well, you know, that wasn't in my budget, but I needed it. And I'm like, no, you didn't need it. You wanted it. You have to decide what's
that whole
really
sticking
important.
to it thing's part of the deal. Yeah, that's a big. And what about you, David?
Honestly, it's the communication and just being on the same page. If I had done my thing and she did her thing, we'd never be where we are now.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Well done, you two. Well, we've got a signed copy of Chris Hogan's #1 national best-selling book, Retire Inspired, because that's the next chapter in your book now. You've lived like no one else to get out of debt. Now you're going to live and build wealth and give outrageously like no one else. So very proud of you two. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Very well done. All right, David and Mary from New Jersey, $135,000 paid off in 32 months, making $117 to $155. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. We're debt-free!
Love it, love it, love it. Way to go, you two. That's just awesomeness right there. Very, very well done. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.